If it's good, you think it's good, congratulations. I think that the iPhone 11 just has great cameras. All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man, Jay. So to this video, we're going to talk about Deep Fusion. Deep Fusion is something that Apple kind of threw out there and said it was the next level of photo taking. So let's be clear on something here. First things first, this video will be done entirely with the iPhone 11, which is what I'm using right now. This is the front camera. And all editing, everything will probably more than likely be done on the device, or I might shoot it up to the Mac, airdrop it over and finish it there. However, when I heard of this Deep Fusion thing, immediately I thought this is just another selling point for Apple trying to hype someone up to get them to buy their product. And it ultimately is. You have to have a good sales pitch. And Apple has mastered the art of getting people to believe in them for things that are already being done on other devices. Case in point, ultimately, Deep Fusion, the way they sell it to you is that, you can get really sharp detail up close and you just don't lose any of the quality. But when you think about that, there's plenty of other phones that can already do that. But this is Apple's version of what other companies have already been doing and are currently doing. They're just labeling it Deep Fusion. And what that does is that gets people to talking about them. And also one thing I don't like about some companies, this one thing about this particular situation, they tell us about it and then it's not ready at launch. And it did come pretty quickly. It came, a couple of months later, I don't know how long I've had the phone, but point is, it's here. And when would a person actually use Deep Fusion? I don't really understand the point of labeling it Deep Fusion, but ultimately it's just a really high quality macro shot. That's the way I see it. And currently the OnePlus can do that and so can the Pixel. But this is Apple's Deep Fusion. So I might sound a little pessimistic, but I actually took some good photos, and reality is they look great. But it's nothing to say, how do I know Deep Fusion is working? Like, there's no labels saying Deep Fusion active, nothing. It would have been nice to see them do something to show you that it's actually active. There's no how-tos anywhere. I only learned about how to actually get it going Google. I had to Google it and see for myself. Because a lot of people were saying, some people were saying, oh, you're doing it wrong and things like that. Well, that's just a matter of you go figure out how it is. And then after you get it right, are you still impressed? And reality is the shots look good. I mean, the cameras on the iPhone 11 are already really solid cameras. And why would I not take a good photo already? So the Deep Fusion thing is something that basically I'm saying is I really can't tell the difference between Deep Fusion and a regular iPhone photo. I mean, and I could just use that device itself. I don't have to compare it next to other phones because the iPhone 11's cameras themselves are actually really solid. So the Deep Fusion thing, not so much impressed with it. Really can't tell the difference. And for those that say you can tell the difference, those are probably the same people that said they can genuinely tell the difference between 90 hertz and 60 hertz. When I look at things, I can see the difference between 120 hertz and 60 hertz. But we all have a different set of eyes. So the Deep Fusion thing is definitely something that is on the phone, I guess. It came in the last update. It's supposed to be really good. But, when is the situation where you're actually going to use it? That's the thing. Like, why would I need to get that close to something? I can think of a situation. I need to take, I can't see, even with my glasses, I still can't see the wattage and amps on battery chargers, power breaks. Can't see them. I can use Deep Fusion for that, right? I guess. But that's just nothing more than a zoom. Apple tested it in their launch event by zooming on the guy's sweater, zooming in on his beard. So we zoom in. But again, it's just, to me, my personal humble opinion, it's just a way to keep people talking about Apple. Because reality is there are plenty of phones out there that can do this already. Take really intense shots up close and keep quality. And even zooming, they don't lose quality. But Apple's Deep Fusion, I'm not saying that it's not real. I'm just not blown over the top the way they always try to hype everything up to be. I'm not saying it's bad. I mean, you see the shots, you see the photos, and when I zoom in on them, they still hold good quality. But I'm not sold on this. And a good thing, this isn't something that you're having to pay for, because you would be really disappointed with your purchase if you did that. But at least Apple stays on top of their software updates. They stay on top of being out front as far as let's talk about Apple. And my realm of Apple is definitely more along the lines of their computing, but their iPhones are really solid. Again, this is the front camera on the iPhone 11, records in 4K at 60, which is what I love. But Deep Fusion, what do you guys think about Deep Fusion? Do you think it's just another selling point, something to hype up the phones, to try to make it seem like Apple is standing apart from others? That is what I think. Or do you think it's seriously legit and you have tons of situations where you could actually use Deep Fusion? I personally don't. I would definitely do more ultra wide things, wide shots, than taking those good photos and then zooming in. I don't know. Maybe I don't even get Deep Fusion, but I've seen other people's photos that supposedly use Deep Fusion, and it's still nothing spectacular about it. So Deep Fusion, if it's good, you think it's good, congratulations. I think that the iPhone 11 just has great cameras. And that's all I feel about it. I don't feel any kind of way about Deep Fusion at all. I think it's just another selling pitch to get people to talk about Apple phones. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. What do you think about my photos using Deep Fusion? Take care.